Hi, everyone. Shh. Hi, everyone. Oh, it's Rita. It's Rita from... Okay, enough, please. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the rescue with, for some reason, Teddy Bear is awful barky today. Hello. How are you today? It's Cricut Chat, Tuesday edition. Good morning, David. We are going to be, hi Michelle, we're continuing on with our week of freebies, and today's freebie is coming. Yay, Shirley made it. Yay. Hi, Hope. And Lisa, how are you, darling? Helen, hello. So we're continuing on with our week of freebies, and I wanted to show you a really fun new site. Well, it's not new. It's not a new site, but a site that might be new to you. And it's Simply Crafty SVGs. That's the whole web address. Simply Crafty SVGs.com. Okay, and it is September, so hello September, happy September, the first day, rabbit, and all that stuff. And I'm so glad you're joining me this morning. And you can probably hear my machine is cutting out because I wanted to cut out a couple of these SVGs. So this is a site. It's not, I don't think it's really super big time, but it's a fun site, and there's quite a few SVGs that are free, as well as a bunch that are relatively low cost, and they span all of the different seasons. It's really a fun site. They love to do box cards. Hi, Shirley from San Antonio. It's hot and humid. Yeah, we've got a nice morning here today in New England. It's nice and cool. It's been getting down to the, 50s, low 50s here. And we're gearing up for our favorite season, fall. And so I figure let's get us in the mood. Even if it's hot and humid, let's do some fun things. And so today I'm going to show you actually not just one, but two SVGs that I found here on Simply Crafty SVGs. And I'll show you how to put together one of them. But here are the two that I found. Look at this. I didn't have a pipe cleaner. Or I don't know what you'd put in there, piece of wire, whatever. But there's a cute little takeout box. Isn't that adorable? And this was free. And then this is the one that we're going to be putting together today. This is called the Autumn Gatefold Card. And I put this one together, but actually I made it with... the second one I made with a little text box with this quote. I'm so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. Does anybody know where that quote comes from? I'll give you a hint. It's Canadian, or its origins. The person who said it is Canadian, particularly the Maritimes. So this card is a gatefold card. It's free, and I did change the sizing and added a text box to it. I used some fall papers here as well. This is called a gatefold because of the way that it opens. There are lots of gatefold cards out there. So this is a good technique to learn. Also, I did resize it so that it would be like a 5x7 size. I'm going to show you how to do that. Yes, Dawn, Anne of Green Gables. It's from Anne of Green Gables. I'm so happy I live in a world where there are Octobers. So I found this quote, and I love Anne of Green Gables, so I thought I would put it inside of the card here. I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's talk a little bit about this company, Simply Crafty SVGs. You find it by going to simplycraftysvgs.com. And you'll see when you first get to their website, you will see on the top right-hand side, might move around or whatever, but you'll see free SVG files. And there's over 80, yes, from, I think it's Maud Montgomery, Lucy Maud Montgomery, maybe. Good job, Bren, and good job, Dawn. So these are all SVG files that are free, and there's quite a few of them, and there's some really good, I don't want to say basic, but some good like base things to jump off of. So if you wanted to make something out of one of these, it's really a good idea, because look, here's a takeout box that I just showed you, and you can make changes up from doing different things with the box. Like this is a crayon box, but it could be used for something else. And I think this is a corgi, but I don't know, I might be wrong. Nose isn't there, but and they even have these really pretty, I love these cards. They're kind of folding, I don't know what you call them, but they fold. It's like a Z fold card with a back to it, and this is free. Now, of course, they want for you to buy their SVGs, which they have plenty, and you can see it's a very well curated site. But these are all the free ones. Lots of really good variations here, lots to choose from, even an explosion box. And when you download these, it does come with directions, and I found the directions are pretty detailed. And all you need to do is set up an account here, and account just consists of your name, your address, your email address, and then when you go and find something that you like, so we'll go into the free SVGs, and I like this gable box, which is a school days gable box. It has a little pencil on it, so cute. We're going to add it to our cart, and then we are going to proceed to checkout. And my name and information is already in there, but you might have to enter yours in there. And then when you place the order, you'll be, one thing that you do need to check is their rules, their agreement terms, which is down here. You have to check that every time you order, even if it's for a free item. So then when you place the order, you'll be given the opportunity to download this file to your downloads file. So let me show you what happens. So I click on this. It's a zip file. So as we've done before, if your computer doesn't have an automatic unzipping tool, you may need to add one to your computer. I use a Mac. Mine does it automatically, but it's possible that you have to do it manually. That's okay. So you just click on that. It comes to your downloads, and these, by the way, never expire. So there was a debate going on yesterday about should we keep the original SVGs or should we not. Personally, I do keep them, and I have a little filing system that I use on my computer that consists of, I put all my SVGs in one location, and then I break it up into folders based on the company, the website. So I have one for SVG cuts, and one for Dreaming Tree, and one for Simply Crafty SVGs, and so on and so forth. And then I can find them, because oftentimes I'll think I know what I have, and rather than having to go and download it and unzip it, blah, 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 I just go to that file. Now, you don't need to do that, especially if the files never expire, but there are certain places, including Lori Whitlock's website, that when you buy files from her, they do expire after a couple of months. And if, for instance, you downloaded it and then you couldn't find the file or whatever, you will be kind of out of luck if you end up there and you can't re-download it. Now, Lori's pretty good. She would she would help you out, but I have encountered some people who get angry that I didn't download the file right away, and you know, having to give me permissions or whatever, you know, that's how people are. But, so just to be on the safe side, I do keep all my SVGs. But, oh, that's okay. But you don't have to. Oh, 40% off at Hobby Lobby, David saying. 40% off Cricut accessories on Hobby Lobby. Might want to head over there. Okay, so once you download, you do have to bring it into Cricut Design Space. And let me just show you how we're going to do that. And then also I'm going to show you how we make changes. If we want to make changes, how we can do that. And so let me start by saving this so I can show you. I can show you from scratch. Okay, so I'm going to start with a new canvas that's up here on the left-hand side, and I'm going to go to Uploads. Now, since it's coming from an outside designer, you do have to upload the SVGs into Design Space. So in this particular case, we are not going to go to Images or Projects, which is where we normally go to look for projects from the Design Space image search engine, okay? So we're going to go to Uploads. It's the bottom choice on the left-hand side, and you are going to go to Upload Image. You click on that tab, and then you're going to browse. And when you browse, you're going to look in, for me, I look in my download file because that's where everything shows up. You can see I have quite a few downloads here, so I need to sort of know what the name of the file is that I just downloaded, and I think it's called not Autumn Takeout Box. That's the other one, but I will show you that. This is that little takeout box. Now their files are for sure less intricate as Dreaming Tree are, but you still have to upload the individual layers. So in this case, this is the layer that goes on the front here of the box. And then you would upload the actual box itself right here and bring it in. And the same is true for all the pieces of the card, which consists of this pumpkin. You'll notice it's two different colors here. So they've broken it up into not by colors, but by size, I suppose. And then once you move these into your image library, then you would just select on each of those. There's 3 for the card. Okay. And here is what you get. Now, for me, this card is a little small, so I do want to resize it. But when you're resizing anything, you need to make sure that all the pieces that are within the file or that are part of the file get resized together. So when this comes in, it comes in as this is the card itself, and it measures 8.5 by 5.5, which to me is a little small. I wanted to do a more traditional 5x7 card. So this is what I would do. I would take all of these little pieces and I would actually ungroup them because I want them all to sort of be within the same parameter of my card, like this. So now they're all in itself. Then I would group it. So select it and group, and then I could go ahead and make a change to the size, bigger or smaller, but I'm going to make a change to the size because I want everything to size proportionately. Okay, so that's how I would do it. And for a gatefold card, remember, this is going to be the width, so there's going to be extra because this is going to fold. So you have to kind of look at how big this part is and sort of not take into account these. And I do that by holding it up against the grid and then stretching it to, it turns out when I stretch it to about 10.5 inch wide, it made a card that was about 5 by 7. So you ungroup it after you stretch it there. And here's my card, 10.5 inches by about 7 inches tall. Okay. Same thing with this card. You do need to make sure you attach the cut lines. These are the dashed cut lines that end up being the scoring, and you do that by going to attach down the bottom here. And this is also where I did my writing. So here's my little pumpkin, which I attached on this side, so it kind of would stay closed. It doesn't stay all the way closed, but that's okay. It kind of gives that illusion. And then when you open it up, there is going to be where I put my text. So I want to show you how to put the text in as well. And you can put whatever text you want to. But in this particular case, again, as I mentioned, this is a quote that I really like from Anne of Green Gables. And so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over to text box right here, and you'll see a little blue box that kind of shows up on your screen. This is where you type in your text. Okay, so I'm just going to type in, and as you type, you'll see it appear on your screen. Don't worry, because we're going to adjust it so it fits and that it's done with writing instead of cutting. Okay, but when you first put it on there, it's going to be a cut image. That's okay. All right, so I'm so glad, and I'm going to hit return here. I live in a world, return, where there are Octobers. Okay, so here's my text box. You see, and it's obviously way too big. It's a cut image. How do I know that? Because up here on the line type, it says cut. And then also over here on the layer, it says cut. That's how I know. And I want to make some changes. I want it to be centered. I need it to fit in that space that is going to be the inside of my card. And I want it to be a writing style. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go up to fonts here, and I am going to go over to filter, and I'm going to choose writing. Okay, this basically eliminates all the fonts that don't have a writing style. Okay, and that way you're choosing from a smaller list, and you're going to be able to see all of the fonts that have writing style. Still, there's quite a few. So if you have some favorites, I would definitely kind of take note of them, and you can use them, or you can try different ones. I think I used this one. Wait, no, I didn't. Let me see what I used. I used one that's kind of a little curly. I forget. Maybe it's this one. Cinnamon Swirls. It might be Cinnamon Swirls. Okay, so still Cinnamon Swirls is still too big because this is the piece that I'm going to put it on. So, and it's also not centered. I don't like that. So first I'm going to go to alignment right here. Alignment, I'm going to center it. But then it's too big, so what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of make it smaller so that it fits, and decide maybe that's the way I want it to look, and that's okay if you want it to look like this. If you wanted to, say, make the lines closer to one another, the space between the lines to make them closer to one another, there's all kinds of things you can do at this point. But, and we've gone over this many times. So if you wanted to say, ungroup it to lines and push these lines up, I kind of like the where it is though. So I don't have to make a change. Or if I want to change my font, this is where I would change my font, go back up to fonts, make sure that it's on writing. You see here, it's showing as, here, I want to make sure I check this. It's showing as style is writing, and the line type up here is draw. Okay, so I kind of like the way this looks. So I'm going to kind of center it onto this. I'm trying to not look at these pieces here, but I'm going to center it on here the way that I like it. And then I'm going to select both the text and the thing that it's going to write on, and I'm going to attach it down here. Okay, bottom, right, attach. It looks like a paper clip. Okay, so we're going to do that. So now, when I move it, my text moves with it, and it's going to cut out with the text box attached and look like this. So this cuts out fairly normally. A couple of things that I was looking at. First, I thought, well, you know, I have this really beautiful paper that I got from Michael's. Let me show it to you. It's called Fall Tapestry. It was one of their hut buys, and they were having a sale last week. I don't know what the sale is this week, but it was buy one, get two free. So of course I got 3 fall ones. This is one of them, and some of the pictures, look at that, isn't that pretty? And just a lot of really fun fall type things. And the thing that I did like and I picked up was this solids one, fall solids, and they all match with those particular colors from that thing. Yeah, so I wanted to use those things, and part of me said, well, if I use, which I did here, I used one of the pretty patterns, and then the way that it goes together is you put this piece that's cut out with the leaves, which I really like, but you put them over there. So I thought, well, maybe I won't put them over. So I kind of went, maybe not. So when we put ours together, we'll take that into consideration. And let's see, I don't think that I need to cut this out for you. It's pretty straightforward. Let's put it together though, so that you can see. And let's see. What, Dawn, you missed when you lived in the USA. Why? Do they not have like fall colors up in Canada? Oh, or maybe you're talking about Michael's. Michael's, maybe. Okay. So here we go. Here is our card, and here are the pieces to our card, and it goes together very simply. This is the base, and you see there's the cut lines, the dash cut lines, and you're just going to fold it and kind of make sure it's scored here. Then you can open it up, and then here are the pieces where they're going to go. This goes on the inside here, and then these go like this. And again, I don't know. I will put it together this way so you can see it the way that it was intended, but just know that you have options and you can make changes that you want. Perhaps you don't want the pumpkin on the front and you want to put a leaf. I thought of that too, and I thought, oh, I could do a leaf. But of course I ran out of time before the show started this morning. I don't know, I'm running out of time. Today's voting day for us here for the primary, for the state election. So I've got to run to do that and all kinds of other stuff. So I figured this would be good to do this. It's pretty easy. Okay, so there's the inside of the card. And on the wings or the opening of the card, we're going to put these 2 pieces first and then these over. Now you could use pop dots on that. I hadn't thought of that until just right now, but you could use pop dots and give it a little more of a, what am I doing? Wrong bottle of glue. Okay. All right. Yeah, so September, and down here, or right here in New England, our kids don't go back to school for a couple more weeks. So my son, who's going to be in high school this year, doesn't start until like the 14th or something, which is unusual. Usually on Labor Day weekend, we have Labor Day weekend, and they start school right after that. But with COVID, they're starting a little bit late. Okay, so... And then these pieces, again, you could use those pop dots. I can't see, well, maybe I have some here. Yeah, I do. Maybe I'll use those just to kind of give it a little extra. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, whatever you have on hand. I am getting to the point where my studio needs a major cleanup and sort of a mix from summer to fall. I have to get all my fall papers in. I might actually take a couple days off this weekend because it's Labor Day weekend and do that. So I just wanted to warn you ahead of time that I might take a couple of days to do that cleaning. And it's just such a mess. I've got stuff everywhere. And I do normally, at the end of each season, I do normally switch over all of my papers and all of the little doodads and what have you, get it all cleaned up. So I think I might need to take a day or two to do that. So here is with the pop dots. I kind of like that because I can see the image in the back. And let's see, is this the front? This is the front, so turn it over. I suppose it doesn't kind of matter. All right. Yeah, I just got a lot of things hanging around. I was able to talk to a friend who works for the senior center or volunteers for the senior center, and she came over the other day and took boxes of cards that I had made, boxes of them, and there's still more. So I am going to try to get her more. So they have like kind of a little pen pal thing with the senior center. And I think especially now that the weather's getting cooler and stuff, and seniors aren't going out in general, they need some person-to-person contact, right? So we're just going to put the pumpkin together. It's just 2 pieces, a little background, and then here's the stem. I put the stem right here because it kind of looks a little bit like a divot on the pumpkin. Put a little too much glue there. And then you would attach it here. And that's it. That's your little card. So I thank the people from Simply Crafty SVGs for their really innovative and their generous SVGs. If you haven't checked them out, do so. Download the card and upload those images or download whatever you want out of the 80 SVGs. And while you're at it, have a look at some of the other ones. They're really fun. And they've got, they're not like a big, huge company. I don't know too much about them, but they do offer some pretty awesome little projects that you can then make your own. And that's the whole purpose of being a Cricut person, right? So that's it for today. I'm really quick today. Tomorrow will be another website. Trying to think. It might be Burton Avenue. We're going to actually be doing vinyl on a on a charger, which is like a decorative plate that you can use as just a decorative, so you wouldn't eat off of it. It's just a vinyl thing that you put on a decorative plate that I got at Michael's. So if you have some laying around or you're going out to craft store, you might want to pick one or two up, and I can show you how to do the vinyl on a decorative charger. So thank you everyone for coming today. I hope to see you tomorrow. If you're in Massachusetts, go out and vote. It's really important. This is a primary. And if not, then make sure you're registered to vote if you're not already registered to vote. But I'm sure you guys all are for the upcoming election. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I will enjoy that. Thank you, Shelley. All right, everyone. Have a great day. And we'll see you again tomorrow for Cricut Chat. Bye now.